Hi everybody. I don't feel comfortable showing my face because this is gonna be a hard topic to talk about. It's just like about breakups, mental illness, and just struggling with like surviving cancer and beating cancer. So if you guys are not comfortable with any of those subjects, please don't watch. I'm not forcing you to watch. I just need to vent and then like share my experience of like what I've been going through. So last year, 2021, well, this all started pretty much like when I had my first period. I've been having major complications, very abnormal heavy flow, huge abnormal blood clots. Anytime like I've been sexual with a partner, I just had a lot of pain and discomfort, and I do like bleed after. Um, I'm thinking, it's okay because doctors have told me, oh, it's because you're overweight, oh, it's because of this, oh, it's because of that. And I'm like, huh? So sometimes I'll have I'll have two periods in 1 month, and they're always heavy. I never had a period to where I can kind of calculate when it's gonna come in. I was always the kid who had spots behind they on their butt, on their pants. It was very not traumatizing, but very like scarring because it seemed like nobody would really take me seriously, and people would just like blame my weight and will just pass it on, or I don't know, just tell me different things, but they will never like, or they tell me to take iron pills, which will probably quote unquote help, which I don't understand how, but okay. Um, so fast forward to 2021. I started working 7 days, 2-hour shifts at a new, well, not really new job. I've been doing this job, but it's at a new site. I'm happy. It's all great. But when my period starts kicking in, it's really bad this time. It's so freaking bad that I can't really hold the clots in. They uh, fall out, like because I don't have a actual bathroom. I just have a porta potty, and there's no way to be fully clean after that. And I didn't want the porta potty to smell like blood because I'm literally in the woods around animals, and I'm like, this is not good. So, um, I have to like bring all my supplies with me and look weird when I go in this porta potty, and I can't be in this porta potty for long because I'm in a site to where I have to really be on guard 24/7. So I made two really great friends out there. One I'm still talking to, the other one's really not talking to me. I'm not sure why. Um, they both told me they had endometriosis, or how it's called. I don't know how to pronounce it. And they're telling me like that's not normal. You need to go talk to a specialist and stuff like that. So I contacted somebody in Georgia, but I couldn't really wait that long because he was like a specialist in this. I thought I had that. So I went to my local OBGYN that's just like literally up the road for me. And this is like during like COVID, to where you can barely get an appointment in. And if you do get an appointment, like these appointments are going to be a 3 month or 4 month wait with OBGYN because it's so chaotic. Um, so I was going to wait until October for my first appointment to be seen, but people were still encouraging me to advocate for myself and actually see if I get an earlier appointment. So I'm doing that, and I talked to one of the nurses, tell her what's going on. She seemed really shocked and honestly surprised that I've been dealing with it for so long. And she said that if I go to the ER or anything else, just let her know. And then they'll try to see me on Monday or Tuesday. Now, during this time, it really wasn't that heavy. It was like getting light. Like, it'll be light for a couple days and then it'll get heavy all over again. And that's pretty much my normal MO. So they did an ultrasound, they did some tests on me, they checked my iron, and if the doctors actually, like, did a, not an x-ray scan, but did an ultrasound on me the first time, they would have saw what they needed to see and, took me seriously. They saw there was something very abnormal in me, and they saw that my uterus wasn't shedding like how it's supposed to. So me bleeding like that, because every time I bled, it just like, I guess it wasn't shedding all the way. And they saw some cysts on my ovaries, which is not that bad because I'm under 35. If I was over 35, that would have been a lot more concerning. So, I thought I was in the clear, nothing really that bad. I had a D&C, which is a dilation and curettage. And I told my parents about that. It was a same-day surgery type of process. I never had anything like that before in my life. Had that. I had some pain and some discomfort, and was really just out of it, honestly. But I feel a lot better. Hopefully that will fix it. They took some samples, sent it to the lab, and then I think that was around Thanksgiving or before Thanksgiving, because they were trying to get me in before my insurance had expired, and it would kind of redo, how to redo my, not my copay, but whatever it's called, like, my insurance probably wouldn't cover the whole thing, or most of it, because I only had to pay like $400 out of pocket, which is really not that bad. So, on December 7th, my world had changed. I was waiting on this phone call. I was super nervous. Like, I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know, like, how wrong it was. I think it was a little bit before the 7th. I got a phone call saying I need to go to UAB and, talk to a specialist. And I'm like, oh, okay. They wouldn't really tell me what it was over the phone. They just said they found something really, not strange, but not something that they couldn't really deal with. And they needed to send me to a specialist. So I'm like, okay. So I asked people to go with me. They didn't want to go with me. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And went down there, and I'm thinking the best hopeful things. I'm thinking it's not gonna be that bad. They're just gonna tell me I need to be on medication, and that's it. And nothing's gonna shake my world up. Actually, it did. She told me I had cancer, and I was by myself, and I'm like shook up. you know, scared out of my mind. I'm like, I think I was like 30, 31 around this time. Like, I'm too young to have cancer. I don't have this type of cancer in my family. I was going through all stages of grief, really, and I was very angry and very just crying a lot all the time. I was really not in my head. Um, I'm surprised I even got through that, and surprised I even worked through that. Like, actually worked at my job, because sometimes I'll be sitting at my security desk and just cry, you know. And this was also the time like my boss was not really understanding I needed to switch my hours, because I was working like 12 hours again, pretty much 7 days, and she really wouldn't change my schedule or change the site that I was at. You know, everybody knew of my situation, even though she did as well, but that's something for another time. So, it was a lot of anger, a lot of anger. So I was on Mega Stroll or Mega Grace, which is a, well, I gotta take like 2 pills, one in the morning, one at night. I take them together so that way I don't forget. Um, and these side effects have been, I wouldn't, they're not really meant for cancer exactly, but the one I looked it up, it just explained like it's supposed to be a hormone treatment for transgenders, and supposed to be a hormone treatment, and I'm like, and also for cancer, and I'm like, okay, cool. But the side effects of this has been an increase. Like, I was like having a decrease of hunger. Like, I lost so much weight when I was first taking this. Like, I didn't feel hungry at all. Um, I was just nauseated, tired all the time, and plus working these hours was not helping me at all. So I've been really relying on religion and relying on a lot of friends, and also there was a relationship to this whole thing. I had met Dustin around August or September, around there. I'm not 100%. It was like the day before 9/11 or a day after 9/11, and I told him I was really relying on him for comfort and just venting and emotions. You know, he really took care of me through that whole thing. We broke up around before I even had my surgery, a month before I had my surgery for the DNC, because he was just really being weird. And we got back together after December, something like that. So, in March, that's when things started to change between us, because I visited him in February, and in March it was something totally different. He started being really freaking weird, which I didn't like, and also my symptoms were pretty much balancing themselves. Um, Besides the hunger, I was just hungry. Like, I was really, really hungry. Didn't know why. So, Dustin started being really distant, started not responding to my messages as he used to be. I feel like he was cheating, or I don't know what was going on. Finally, we had a discussion, and I felt like somebody was in his ear the whole time, and I didn't know who it was, and I got really mad and upset about that whole situation, because like he was like one relationship that I had that was positive, and I didn't really want to let him go, because You know, he was like my rock that I depended on for comfort, especially during the whole cancer thing. And was acting really weird when I told him, you know, I was cancer free, and also some other news. And I didn't really like the way he responded. And I was just like, felt like I was being disrespected in that. So actually on the 15th, or day before my birthday was supposed to be that appointment, I kind of pushed it aside because I was like, you're not going to spoil my birthday, because the first appointment I had with UAB, I thought it was going to be good. And then it was negative. It was like not good. And then a day before my birthday, go home my birthday, the next appointment, I was like, you're not going to mess up my birthday. You're not. So I kind of pushed it aside, rescheduled it, because I was just really scared. Then I went to the appointment, and they had to do some tests, and they said they were going to call me, and I'm like, so when I finally get the phone call, I was cancer free. I was like, hell yeah, celebration, you know. So toward the end of March, me and Dustin finally broke up because I just can't really keep having a relationship with somebody who just really isn't there for me, like the way I'm there for him. And then right after I started dating someone else, I'll call him JC. He doesn't really take photos. He doesn't really do a lot of like, I don't think he will even be in a video with me, just because of like how private this man is. Even on his own social media page, he's the same way. So I can't really accuse him of anything. So when JC and I started dating, I was really blaming him for the arguments and things of that nature, and him being really aggressive and mean. I really wasn't understanding like where all this anger was coming from. And then I started having more increased symptoms of like being nauseated and tired all the time, and I've been wanting to stay inside the house and everything like that, you know. And I didn't want to go to events. Like I didn't go to my mom's birthday celebration. I didn't want to celebrate my birthday. I didn't want to celebrate Mother's Day, which I normally like to do. But I felt like I had no reason to complain because I was cancer free, and people expect me to be happy and expect me to be like no problem at all, you know. But I didn't really know what that was, and I was also really just randomly building up anger for like no reason, and I was taking it out on JC, and I really didn't know why I was taking this anger out on him. And I was really the cause of a lot of fights as well, because it will start off like really cool, like this is a simple argument, and then I will take it really out the way, and I will blow it out of proportion. And I'm known for doing that, like with my dad as well. Like that's how me and him get into a lot of arguments. But I didn't realize I was the one who was just really escalating things out of nothing. But one day I had a huge breakdown because I had told JC I wanted to break up with him. He said, why? And I said, just like with the cancer going on, I don't want you to be involved. I don't think I should drag you through this, and you should just be with someone who's not sick. And he's like, I'll be there for you, like, while you tripping. And I just broke down like on the phone, and just really was having almost close to a panic attack. If not, I was. Um, I was just spilling a lot of. I was holding so much inside because I thought that I was given a diagnosis of being cancer free. I shouldn't really like complain, even though I was still doing treatment and still taking medicine. I feel like I had no reason to complain, really, honestly. So JC thought I was really going to do something and I couldn't really undo it, if that makes sense to you guys. And I wasn't really. At the time, I didn't know I was struggling with depression, and I also was struggling with survivor's guilt, and I had a ton of anxiety, ton of it. But I think during that time, JC suggested I should go see somebody professionally, and I really didn't want to do it because I had really bad experiences dealing with people in that profession because they never took me seriously. They just saw me as someone who needed friends or somebody to talk to, and everything will magically be a-okay. And I'm like, okay, sure. And it's very hard for me to make friends. It's very hard for me to drop my guard. It's very hard for me to know somebody on a personal level like that. So I was surprised that the woman who I talked to for therapy, she was really good at what she did, and she just listened and let me do my thing, and she'll ask questions and make me think about things. And it's like, she asked me, do you have depression? And I'm like I kind of knew, but I didn't want to believe that because I thought I had defeated depression, because as you guys know, I used to take pills for it, and I was in a ward because of some dumb stuff I did. But I thought that I defeated it. I didn't know that it just was getting worse without any sort of treatment or anything like that. And she pretty much I don't know, she just did her job, because with me, I'm a very tough egg to crack, and if you don't know how to handle that, you're gonna have a tough time. And I do have a tough time in dating, with partners, and they try to connect with me on an emotional level, and they try to figure things about me. When I first started dating, I was like, oh yeah, but after every breakup happened, I started to kind of build more and more on my wall, which is not fair to the other person. But I was like, if I can't trust him, then I really can't trust you. Which is not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. But what can I do? So Dustin had a really hard time with it, and I think that was the whole issue of the breakup. And with JC, he was trying to tell me that I have depression, I have anxiety, and I have something that traumatized me, and I need to go to therapy. But I really wasn't willing to do so. I really wasn't trying to admit that I needed help. I really wasn't trying to be weak. I feel like I had to be strong all the freaking time, because I felt like he's really strong. I had to be strong as well. But just going to therapy and her just really helping me out with just communicating with people, it really helped our relationship with me and JC, or JC and I, it really helped us communicate really bad, really, really good. You know, anytime he has something to say that may hurt my feelings, I don't really, I used to separate myself from the argument and not really be there. But after like talking to him, after my therapy appointment, and actually like letting him know what's going on, he knows better now how to handle um, these type of things, which makes me feel really good. Um, and I'm also like listening more, and if he has like any uh, thing to say, I listen. And I did tell him yesterday about my car accident, and he was very concerned when I started hurting, which really meant a lot to me. Um, so he really has my best interest at heart. It's just that I always push people away because I feel like I don't want to be a burden to people, or I feel like I have to be like this very strong, independent individual who don't need like no help or nobody. Um, we really haven't fought or argued. I'm pretty sure that's probably gonna happen, but hopefully I can really find a way to do it in a more mature, good way. But um, I do have another appointment on the 8th, and I'm going to talk to her again. Um, and then she'll send me to talk to another person who's going to help me get on medicine again. I don't feel comfortable being on more medicine, but if it's going to help me mentally, then cool. But sorry for talking y'all ear off. I didn't mean to make it this long, but I feel like if I didn't fully explain the story from A to Z, it really wouldn't make a lot of sense. And also, I do have some trauma in my childhood that I really haven't thought about till today. Well, when I had therapy, and I have some abandonment issues in my childhood, and I'm not sure really what happened, but I remember like being a little kid and being very happy, very carefree, and then all the way up until something had happened. I don't know really what it was, and then I just really started acting like how I act now, because like there's like video evidence of this. Like I'm a little kid, really happy and stuff, and then boom, I'm super antisocial. I didn't want to deal with people. I didn't want to be on camera. I didn't want to be on video. And this was like, my dad had also video evidence of this as well. When I was a preteen, that's when things started to change with me. And I don't know what happened between the very happy-go-lucky girl who was very social, wearing or obsessed with Barney and always carrying on a Barney doll, to someone who views the world as black and white. That's about it. That's just very hard to say out loud though, because I always thought myself as very positive and loving, but now I see it as like me trying to hide or mask these emotions so that way everybody around me can be comfortable. But I'm going to keep going therapy, and as long as I can afford it. I could go to BetterHelp. I was thinking about going to BetterHelp, and I might do that because that seems to be a very affordable option right now. But I want that little girl back. I missed her. Just being very happy, very free, not caring about anything. But I'm also going to try to be kind to myself and nice to myself because I was told that I don't really have no self-confidence within myself. And I thought I fixed that issue. Apparently I didn't. But yeah. So I'm going to go before I start crying because it's already coming. But where is at the end of it is, if you're also struggling with mental health, don't be afraid to go speak to someone professionally. And the reason why I say professionally because they are better able and equipped to handle these type of things. I mean, it's nothing wrong talking to your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or whoever you love, or your aunt, your grandma, your mom and dad, your sisters, your brothers, your best friend of like 18 years. But I always feel like I depend on like one person way too much, and I kind of burn them out. And I did go through a lot of professional people when I was younger, but finding the right one is very, very hard. And I'm grateful that my cancer doctor listened to me and took what I said that I said I needed help, and she gave me the help I needed. So I'm grateful for that. But always try to advocate for yourself and speak up for yourself, and find somebody who you feel comfortable in talking to. But I don't know if I want to upload this or not, because I feel like I shouldn't share this. I feel like this is like not me, really. I feel like, I don't know. But whoever's listening out there, thank you. Appreciate you there. And I'm not sure when I'll be back to making videos, because I tried making them and I'm not really confident in the videos I'm putting out, and I haven't really been confident at all in putting these videos out lately. They're not like me, they're just like somebody else who's just trying to put out videos for content to keep this channel alive. But I really gotta put myself first and make sure that I'm good, because if I'm not good, then the channel's gonna suffer really bad. But yeah, like go see somebody, talk to somebody, have somebody hear you out. Or I wouldn't say go outside. I don't know why people always say go outside. Like, I go outside all the time. You know, I don't know. I just don't like when people say go outside, it'll make you feel better, get some sunshine. Like, cool it. Like, the sun is not just a generic term to make people who have mental health issues or problems make it like magically good, you know. I don't like that term. I feel like it's like a slap in the face. But go do what you want to do as long as it's not hurting nobody. Like, get some junk food, watch some Netflix, and chill out, which is probably what I'm gonna do. But this is long enough. Y'all have a good one, and I'll update you guys on June 8th or 6th on my next appointment, because I barely touch the surface of what's going on. I have not told her about the car accident and how I've been dealing with that, because that's a whole doozy right there. But I'll see y'all later. Bye.